Hello everybody, I'm really excited here. My name is Eric Ryman, and on this week's product review we're going to be reviewing the Raptor 700R, a bad machine. And I have to tell you, I'm a little bit nervous right now because when I take this thing out I'm probably going to want to take my old Raptor in and trade it in for a new one. So come on, let me show you a couple of features on this bike. The first feature I'd like to show you on the Raptor 700 is the motor. And what Yamaha has done is they've taken the motor and bumped it up from a 660 to a 686, calling it a 700. And they've also incorporated fuel injection. Fuel injection will give you greater throttle response at any variety of altitudes you want to run at. So whether you're running at sea level or 8,000 feet, she's going to run perfectly at any altitude. The next thing I'd like to talk about is what Yamaha has done with the frame. They've taken a hybrid steel and aluminum structure, and what that does is shave some pounds off the bike's weight. And for someone my size, every pound you can shave makes a huge difference in the performance of the bike. The next thing I'd like to show you is what Yamaha has done with the controls. The first control I'd like to show you is the shifter. Yamaha has gone with the direct link up to the transmission instead of the old link style shifter they had before, which makes for a quicker shifting response and no slop in the linkage. The next control that Yamaha has improved on the Raptor that I really like is the park brake system. One simple flip over and it's a piece of cake. Unlike the old style shifter where you had to pull the clutch in, push the button in, let it out, and hopefully it worked. And for all you mechanically minded people who do your own repairs, the next improvement that Yamaha has made is one of my favorites, is the new swing arm. And what they've done on this new swing arm is incorporated a cam style adjustment for the chain instead of the old unbolt and tighten it and rebolt it up. Another great added feature Yamaha has improved on is the gauge cluster that shows the sensors, and some of the ones they've added is fuel, check engine, and they have the old ones of water temperature, reverse, and neutral. But enough said, let's ride.
This machine is all Raptor. Tons of power, tons of torque, and smooth handling you would expect from a good sport quad. You can push this ATV and it'll get you out of anything. That's the strength of a Raptor. Everything about the 700 was comfortable and smooth, down to the things as simple as handlebar placement and tightness of the brakes. I was really surprised that an ATV right out of the box could have as much pure power as this one did. Now this machine was stock, and normally I prefer to upgrade my rides, but I've got to say that the 700 really performed even above my expectations, and it ran as well as one of my own quads that I put a little work into. It is also slightly shorter and wider than past models, but it didn't feel small. In fact, it allowed me a little more control in the turns. The suspension wasn't adjusting to someone with my weight, so some of the natural freedom of the machine was restricted. The great thing is that the suspension is adjustable on the 700, so with a little tightening, even someone as big as I am would be able to experience exactly what the designers had in mind. You know, I might just have to go in and trade my old Raptor in for a new 700, and if you're like me, then you'll want to head into Stedman's Honda in Tooele, where you can pick up one today.